everybody. I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. It's coming to you live here from kind of gloomy, dreary Kansas, and yeah, just kind of a gross Sunday here. I hope it's sunnier wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's see, we are up one follower. We're back to gaining our one follower average per day. Let's get that number up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hop on over to Twitter. Give me a follow there. Kind of a slow news day today. I don't have a whole lot to get into, but much like yesterday, that allows us to kind of take a deeper dive into some of the headlines that we do have and some of the headlines that we had last week. Well, CZ, he was on one this morning, guys. He laying into Ethereum. Kind of what we've been talking about, though, for a while. Let's see, what was his first one this morning? There you go. ETH is the ultimate utopian destination of decentralization for the rich guys who can't afford it. BSC enables freedom of access to DeFi and is inclusive of regular people like you and me. I don't know how much me and CZ have in common. I'm pretty sure this is the richest guy on the planet at this point. If they were to ever convert his crypto holdings over to fiat, yeah, I'm almost certain he would rival the likes of Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. Anyway, as always, no one wants to see my Twitter feed. Let's jump into it. Take a quick look at Bitcoin here. See what it's doing on the old 5-minute chart, just to kind of get a feel of where we're at today. You guys are here. If you're watching, say hello. That chat's live, fellas. You can talk to me. I am here to listen. Anyway, Bitcoin just kind of moving sideways all weekend, right? Just kind of chopping along. Not really doing a whole lot. Just kind of Bitcoin just doing Bitcoin. Let's see, overall macro view of the markets here. We're sitting at $2.2 trillion in the overall market cap, down a little bit from yesterday. Kind of to be expected on the low volume, high volatility weekends. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 47.9%, down a little bit from yesterday. We were sitting at 48% yesterday. ETH gas prices are down slightly today as well at 49 gwei, still way too expensive for my blood. Bitcoin currently down 1.5%, sitting at $56,584. Ethereum up 0.9%. We'll call it. Why not? Let's round it up. Let's call it 1 point on the day, sitting at $2,923. Did break that 3,000 mark last night, and then has since kind of slumped back down a little bit, but still very encouraging to break that 3,000 level and not just completely dump. We were discussing it yesterday that I was honestly kind of anticipating a big dump on Ethereum the second it hit that 3,000 mark, but we didn't see it. BNB down 0.4% on the day. XRP up 0.1% on the day. Dogecoin up 5% on the day. We didn't make it to $1 last night. That did not happen. I did sell all my Doge though. Like we talked about, trading that momentum leading up to Saturday Night Live. So I made about $60, $75, something like that on my Doge, and we rolled all that over into, what did I buy? About a little more bake and about a little more cake with what we had in Doge. So all in all, good trade. Cardano up 0.1 of a point. Polkadot down, call it 0.7% on the day. Uniswap up 6%, bucking the trend here a little bit, but it's been bleeding out over the past few days. So good to see it kind of rallying back, I suppose. And Bcash down 1.5% on the day. Let's jump over here to sentiment, take a look at what's going on in the kind of the social pulse of the ecosystem here. Maybe, if it'll load for us. There it is. Alright, you can see right now on trending, we got things like Munger, and we've got that in our headlines here that we'll get into. Berkshire Hathaway, they really took a giant crap on crypto yesterday, but that really shouldn't have surprised anybody. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, possibly the two oldest people on the planet. So yeah, they're pretty much dominating our top 5 trends here. You see, we got Ethereum up here. It's starting to trend down, but most of them are. Let's see, our word cloud suggesting, I guess, comparing Bitcoin to Ethereum. What else we got? Old. That makes me laugh. Bill Maher is still trending but falling down. That's good to see. BNB still trending, and of course Berkshire up here as well. So yeah, people just really seem to be talking about about the old people that are trashing on crypto right now. Which, if experience has taught us anything, guys, what do we know? If we're going by just past experience alone, we would say that Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, and Bill Maher obviously just bought some Bitcoin, right? Cranking out the FUD to get the price lower so that they can get their positions. Because what do we know about old rich white guys? If they miss the boat, they bring the damn boat back. Moving along, we've been taking a look at DeFi Pulse here the last few days and comparing DeFi Pulse and DeFi Station, really comparing Uniswap and PancakeSwap to find out where the TVL's going, the total value locked. And you can see Uniswap up a little bit from yesterday. They're up to 6.2 billion. Jump into PancakeSwap here. Gotta make the sound effects, guys. Got to make the sound effects. You see Pancake, we're up, wow, another 3% today on TVL, sitting at $10.4 billion. So, I mean, we know where the money's flowing. The money seems to be flowing out of Ethereum and into the Binance Smart Chain, right? And we know why. We know why. All right, let's jump into some headlines here. We're going to start with the Blockfolio Signal weekly rundown. Just kind of get a feel over what overall happened last week and if there was anything that we missed. Let's see. Tokyo-based video game maker Nexon buys $100 million in Bitcoin. We covered that. Bitcoin hash rate recovers as miners in China come back online. That'll be our next story. Visa's CEO says they are moving into crypto in a, quote, very big way. We covered that Wednesday, I think. European Investment Bank launching digital bonds on Ethereum. That was Monday's headline news. Ethereum flips PayPal's market cap and hits a new all-time high. Coinbase starts accepting PayPal deposits. Proposed law in Germany could allow $425 billion to flow into crypto. And the Offspring Fund is said to launch a Polkadot investment trust. IOTA launched their Chrysalis network. Solana was chosen by the DeFi platform Jet Protocol. Aave users approved the AIP16. That'll add liquidity mining to Aave. That's pretty cool. Again, I can't afford to use Aave. I'm not rich. One of these days, right? One of these days. Tezos launches decentralized domains and integrates the WRAP protocol. Elrond completes their mainnet upgrade. That's huge. Ren VM Badger DAO integration is now live, and Cardano partners with Cody to launch AdaPay on the Shelly net. So yeah, that's kind of everything that happened this week. Looks like we pretty much got it all. There wasn't much in here that we missed, so that's good. That's really good. We got it. Moving on. It's going to be our Bitcoin mining news. Bitcoin mining difficulty sees largest downward adjustment of the year. This is only the second downward adjustment of 2021, and it marks Bitcoin's largest difficulty correction since November 3rd, 2020's 16% downturn. Yep. We've been talking about this now ever since the crash, right? That this was going to be the number one driver of the Bitcoin price. Literally 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks to the day, it was when I said that Bitcoin is now screwed for the next 2 weeks until the block mining difficulty upgrades or updates in 2 weeks. Bitcoin's going to be in sideways motion, and that's exactly what we've seen. That is exactly what we've seen. But now, the difficulty dropped. Yesterday, when we were looking at Glassnode, we were up here around this range, sitting at that mining difficulty of, gosh, you'll have to tell me what that number is. That's a number I can't read. It's too big. But you can see just in the past 24 hours, look what's happened. We have seen a huge, huge downturn in difficulty. Fantastic to see. And you see now, what we never want to see with the mining difficulty is we never want to see the mining difficulty get above, right, the price action of Bitcoin itself. We want it to always kind of stay below it here. And you can see for the past 2 weeks we've been significantly above it here on the difficulty. But now we've seen the huge drop off. I would, not financial advice of course, but I would expect to see Bitcoin grip it and rip it over the next 7 days, guys. I'm not usually this bullish on Bitcoin, but yeah, I think, honest to God, in the next 7 days, I think we're going to see Bitcoin rip to new all-time highs, and it's going to do it in face-melting speed. Because we've got so much energy built up over these past 2 weeks since that crash that, my goodness, I feel like Slingshot is about to engage. Alright, let's move along. Not financial advice, of course. I'm just a graphics guy. Don't listen to me for financial advice. Bitcoin Taproot activation has begun. Miners now have 3 months to get on board. The upgrade has been years in the making. Time to see if the deliberation has paid off. Bitcoin's Taproot update has finally begun. Today's difficulty adjustment kicks off the first phase of the activation for the upgrade, Bitcoin's biggest in years, which among many things will make Bitcoin multi-signature transactions cheaper, more private, and easier to deploy. Well, that's cool. I don't know a whole lot about Taproot. If you guys know about this Taproot update more than I do, let me know in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are. Starting today, miners who wish to adopt the upgrade can signal their support by including special data in the blocks they mine called signal bit. Interesting. If 90% of the blocks mined during this difficulty period or any other roughly 2-week difficulty periods that occur between now and August 11th, the timeout, then the upgrade is, quote, locked in for activation in November of this year. Unlike a centralized network that can be changed unilaterally, a decentralized network like Bitcoin requires coordination from global user base to make substantial changes to the code. And it also requires intensive coordination among stakeholders to deploy these changes. Pretty interesting. So if everything goes as planned, Taproot will be live on Bitcoin's blockchain before the holiday season. Wow. That's pretty exciting. So I guess what I'm getting from all of this is Taproot's going to make Bitcoin cheaper, faster, easier to deploy. Cool. Moving on. Visa outlines 5 ways it's pushing into crypto. The financial services juggernaut's second quarterly earnings call this year identified 5 crypto opportunities for the company. Well, we had the headline news earlier the week that Visa was moving into crypto in a, quote, very big way. Let's see what they're thinking. Visa wants you to buy and spend crypto. Cool. The payments company has partnered with crypto companies and financial institutions, Crypto.com for example. Visa's also eyeing central bank digital currencies. In a quote from CEO, I would say that this space that we are leaning into in a very big way, and I think we are extremely well positioned. Yeah. All right, 1, helping you buy crypto. First, Visa wants to make it easier for people to use Visa cards to buy crypto. In the earnings call, Kelly reported an increase in the volume of crypto purchases with Visa cards. Kelly described Bitcoin as, quote, digital gold. Cool. 2, they want to help you spend your crypto. Kelly said the payments giant eyes opportunity in converting crypto to fiat. Yeah. And using crypto for shopping, instant conversions, blah, blah, blah. Quote, and we're the clear leader here. All right, so that's encouraging that Visa wants to be an off-ramp, right? Because where are we most vulnerable in the crypto space? It's our on-ramps and off-ramps, right? That's where we can be attacked. But if we have a company like Visa as an off-ramp, that's encouraging, right? I feel like it's much more difficult for governments to attack a large company like Visa. Not that it's impossible, or I certainly wouldn't put it past any government to try, but yeah. All right. Curious what your thoughts are. Let me know. Let's have a conversation. That's what these videos are all about. That's why I do them live. So I want to be able to engage with you guys. If you guys have questions or if you just want to BS with me, jump in there. Let's talk. All right. 3, crypto and everyday finance. Kelly said the third area for Visa is helping financial institutions and fintechs to offer crypto to their customers. He said companies have created APIs to allow customers of financial institutions to buy, store, and trade digital currencies held by Anchorage. 4, they want to help you settle crypto. And 5, the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. So that's kind of Visa's roadmap for their entering crypto in a very big way. I mean, looks like they're wanting to really get into every single aspect of crypto, every avenue, all the on-ramps and the off-ramps. I mean, that's cool. That's encouraging. Moving on. Bitcoin's success is, quote, disgusting, says Berkshire's Charlie Munger. This is probably going to come off as ageism, but you guys want to know what I find disgusting? This fat, disgusting slob right here. That's what I find disgusting. This is what greed will turn you guys into. If you're into crypto because you just want to get rich, which, I mean, let's face it, we're all here to make money. But if your sole purpose is here to get rich, you're gonna end up looking like this guy. It's kind of like a whole Gollum thing, right? It's a whole Lord of the Rings thing. Like this guy had his precious, and yeah, this is what's happened to him. Jesus. Shares of Berkshire Hathaway are up 50% in the last 52 weeks. 52 weeks to get to 50%? That's laughable. Laughable. The price of Bitcoin is up better than 500% in the same time period. Yep. Numbers don't lie. Munger, the vice... What a terrible name, too. He looks like a real Munger, doesn't he? The vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, speaking at the multinational conglomerate's annual meeting on Saturday, left no doubt that he's no fan of Bitcoin's impressive performance over the last year, or the leading cryptocurrency itself. While Munger has never been a Bitcoin advocate, during a Q&A session earlier this year, he called Bitcoin too volatile to be considered a global medium of exchange. His dislike seems to have crystallized into something close to hatred. Yeah, I'd be a little salty too, right? Because that's what's happening to all these institutions. Now they're looking at their books, comparing their books to what happened over the past year in the crypto space, and they're all just sitting there with their dicks in their hand wondering what happened and why they missed the boat. And it's because of people like Munger out there and Warren Buffett and Bill Maher, of course. Quote, "Of course I hate the Bitcoin success," Munger said, "and I don't welcome a currency that's so useful to kidnappers and extortionists and so forth, nor do I like shuffling out of a few extra billions and billions of dollars to somebody who just invented a new financial product out of thin air." Oh my goodness. Quote, "I think I should say modestly that I think the whole damn development is disgusting and contrary to the interest of civilization." I really can't read any more of this, guys. My blood pressure is starting to really skyrocket. I think we can all agree that this Gollum-looking fella is just a bit salty that he didn't make the money this year that he's used to making, and that he didn't see this investment opportunity. Because if he admits that he missed this amazing investment opportunity, then that shows that he's a failure, right? That shows that the likes of Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway and this idiot are no longer relevant in today's financial system, right? They're to the point where they're so old and so set in their ways that they cannot see new investment opportunities, right? They are stuck in their old coal, oil, trains, right? The steam engine, right? I'm sure he's still invested in the steam engine. Look at this guy. So yeah, it speaks to their inability to be progressive in this 21st century. They are unable to adapt to it, simply because they can't understand it, right? Not only can they not understand it, they refuse to even try to understand it. They just sit in their glass houses and throw stones. That's all they do. All right, rant over. Moving on. Binance Smart Chain loses Spartan protocol. Restarting. Binance Smart Chain's Spartan protocol loses $30 million in exploit. The attack happened just a few days after another DeFi protocol was attacked on the Binance Smart Chain. I got this in here. I mean, it's important headline news, but I just feel like anytime that there's a hack, in quote, or an exploit anywhere, our headlines are always going to read, well, it's the Binance Smart Chain's fault, right? That's what it's always going to read. If there's an exploit or something that happens on the Ethereum network, the headlines never reads, oh, the Ethereum chain, the Ethereum network was hacked. It never reads like that. It always reads, oh, the token itself, something was wrong in the smart contract, or, it's always the token's fault. But when it comes to the Binance Smart Chain, oh, nope, sorry, it's always the Binance Smart Chain's fault. See, because it's centralized, right? That's what caused this. That's the arguments that you'll hear. But let's dig in. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt here, and let's jump in and find out what the hell happened. Spartan Protocol, a decentralized protocol built on the Binance Smart Chain for incentivized liquidity and synthetic assets, was exploited earlier Sunday due to a, quote, flawed liquidity share calculation in the protocol, resulting in a loss of more than $30 million, according to a Medium post on chain analysis and security startup PeckShield. Quote, in particular, the specific hack inflates the asset balance of the pool before burning the same amount of pool tokens to claim an unnecessary large amount of underlying assets. So to me, if I'm understanding this correctly, this has nothing to do with the Binance Smart Chain. It had everything to do with the smart contract for becoming a liquidity provider with this particular token. if I'm understanding this correctly. If you guys have more knowledge than I do and you understand this better than I do, feel free to jump in the chat and correct me. I am all ears. Quote, what we know so far. Attacker used $61 million of BNB to overcome the pools via a yet unknown economic exploit path to remove roughly $3 million in funds from the pools. That's interesting, right? I don't quite understand how that could have happened or how that would even work, but let's keep trucking along. According to Spartan Protocol's official website, the decentralized finance liquidity platform provides community-governed and programmable token emissions functions to incentivize the formation of deep liquidity pools. So again, that gets back to what we just discussed, that this wasn't a problem with the Binance Smart Chain. This was a problem with Spartan Protocol's liquidity pools. So we really just got, like we talked about yesterday, we've got to be our own investigative reporters, right? We have to dig deeper than just the headlines, because they can be so damn misleading sometimes. The attack came just a few days after the Binance Smart Chain DeFi exchange Uranium Finance lost more than $50 million in an exploit on April 28th. We talked about that. Again, that had nothing to do with the Binance Smart Chain. This particular exploit happened because the stupid CEO of Uranium let his keys to his own MetaMask wallet, or the company's MetaMask wallet, leak out somehow. It's not Binance's responsibility for you to keep track of your own stupid wallet on Uranium. That's on you. Moving on. The attack on Spartan Protocol makes it the 6th biggest monetary exploit in DeFi history, according to Rect. After EasyFi's $59 million loss, Uranium Finance's $57 million loss, and KuCoin's $45 million loss, Alpha Finance's $37.5 million, and Meerkat Finance's $32 million loss. Here's the thing. Unlike the Ethereum network, the BSC is not a gated community. Anybody can come in, anybody can launch a protocol on top of the BSC. That anybody can do it. We're not going to sit there and hold your hand when you come into this space, and everything that comes on, yes, ought to be audited before it gets launched on the Binance Smart Chain. I couldn't agree more. And they are. All the projects are audited in some way, shape, or form before they are launched on the Binance Smart Chain. But the fact is that since it's not a gated community and we have so many protocols coming online every day, it would be impossible, and it would bottleneck the system so much to run through every single protocol with a fine-tooth comb. So I guess my advice is, when it comes to buying some of these brand new coins that are just coming out on the launch pad, just be careful. Read the white paper. If the company has an audited smart contract and an audited protocol by a reputable auditing firm, then you're probably fine. But just dig deeper. Make sure you're not buying a coin that hasn't been audited and could potentially have bugs in the protocol, right? That would be my advice to you. Really, the best thing you can do is just not buying these things the day that they come out. Give them a few months to become a little battle tested, right, before you go throwing your money into them. Just give them a little bit of time. It's very similar to IPOs in the stock market, right? If you don't want to buy them day one, give it a couple weeks. Let that price cool down, and then figure out. Let some data come in, right? So you can start getting some technicals going on, and then take a position. Don't just blindly run into something because you think it's going to 10x. Have a strategy. Alright, that's my rant on our headlines. I think that's all I've got for those. We'll jump into the sticks real quick here. I've been ranting for a while. I don't want to keep you guys too long on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Take a look at Ethereum. We're going to back out to the 4-hour chart, see how we're looking on the macro view. Boop, boop, boop. There you can see we broke the 3,000 mark. And again, like we discussed earlier, we didn't dump, right? We broke 3,000. I guess we must have broke 3,000 on another exchange, not this one. I think this is the Binance chain that I'm looking at as far as ETH goes. But yeah, that's where we're at. Still holding strong, still got that steady upward grind to it. Moving on, we got BNB, still in a beautiful uptrend. You see we did wick below our trend line here, but we bounced back and recovered absolutely beautifully. definitely looking to see BNB break all-time highs here in the next 24 hours is what I'm looking at. Cake, you guys know Cake is one of my favorites. If there's any charts you guys want to look at, if there's anything you want to dig into and take a deeper dive on, throw it in the chat, let me know, and we'll dig in. Cake looking really healthy. We got a great little bounce here at a really important level. Put in a bit of a double bottom on our candle patterns. Double candlesticks. That's bullish, extremely bullish. Looking to see, BNB breaks all-time highs. You can assume Cake is also going to run up and break all-time highs as well. I think my price target, doing the math the other day, you got to assume Pancake Swap is going to at least match the market cap of Uniswap. And if it does that, that means that Cake still has another, we'll call it 3 to 4x left in it, right? So my personal price target for Cake is probably right around the 116 range is where I'm looking. Between $100 and $116, $100 and $116 for a Cake token is where I'm looking. Moving on, you'll see Bakery Swap here has just been screaming, guys. Absolutely screaming. I've been pounding the table on Bake since it was $1. The day that I bought Bake for $1, I was on here just yelling at everybody, go buy Cake tokens. Or Bake tokens, excuse me. Not financial advice, of course. It's an NFT platform on the Binance Smart Chain. Audited protocol. I mean, it's right up there with Pancake Swap is reputability and trustability. Great platform. I cannot say enough about Bakery Swap. I said it yesterday in the show. I will always hold Bake tokens no matter what because I'm an avid graphic artist. I'm a creator. I'm always putting NFTs up on Bakery Swap. So always got to hold some Bake token. But you can see, I mean, we've had a hell of a run over the past just 7 days. Honestly, we've done an 8x in 7 days. We hit a high last night of $8.48. So I continue to accumulate Bake tokens. I continue to take profit when we break these, when we get these pump ups and we break all-time highs. I take a little bit of profit because I am a trader at the end of the day. Obviously, I would have made a lot more if I'd have just held my entire position back here at $1. We'd be sitting at an 8x as opposed to collecting a couple 5x's, but that's okay. That's trading. Moving on. Harmony is starting to recover a little bit. You can see where my position is on Harmony back here at this yellow line. Recovering a little bit, still looking bullish. If we're taking more of a macro view here, you see we caught a pretty important bounce off of this level. We have bled out far more than I would have thought. I mean, honestly, I did not expect it to bleed down this much. I expected to get a nice solid bounce right here. This was actually when I took my positions, when we caught this bounce. And you can see ever since we've just been kind of chopping sideways. So I'm still very bullish on Harmony. Currently trading at 14 cents, and it's ETH 2.0. ETH 2.0 is already here, and it's Harmony, for crying out loud. If you're looking for another great network that's much like the BSC, where you've got hardly zero trading fees and already a pretty good development community already built, that give the Harmony network a look at, a good eyeball. Moving on, Dogecoin. Look at that. Didn't make it to $1, unfortunately, but it also didn't dump last night either, guys. That's I have no explanation for Doge. I really don't. It continues this crazy melt up that we've seen. This was last night, I think. We did kind of dump a little bit leading into SNL. This is actually right where I dumped off quite a few of my, or all of my Doge, but our position was all the way back here. Still, Doge just continues to perform. Doge is just going to keep doing Doge. Live your best life, Doge. You do you, buddy. You do you. Moving on. I did buy some more XRP yesterday, too. I did roll some profit into XRP as well. I've been building pretty significantly large cash position over the last few days. Like as we talked about, how I felt the markets were a little overheated, a little extended in the short time, or in the short time frame. So I had built a rather large cash position, and XRP was just in what I thought at the time, which was actually right here on this bull flag. I was looking at this and I thought, yeah, now's a great time to go ahead and take a position on XRP, and sure enough, it's already paying off pretty nicely. I had I had taken profits on XRP quite a while back. It was actually around this area when XRP had dumped down to about right here. I had taken profits because I was moving. I didn't want to. I can't remember what I had bought, but there was a reason why I had to dump my XRP coin. And obviously I was chasing momentum, and I do remember it really being painful that I had to dump my XRP at that level. But definitely glad to have it back at pretty much the exact price that I dumped it for. So with plenty of headroom left to go, right? That'll be a nice little trade if we just make it back to all-time highs. All right, last up on my list here, and I'll let you guys go. Spartan looks like it might be trying to make a move. You see, we've been locked in this downward ascending triangle here for quite some time, but it looks like it may be finally trying to make a move. You can see we did flip our 21-day moving average, and we have gone bullish for the first time in quite some time. So excited to see if Spartan can break out of this. I'll be honest, if Spartan does break out right here, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy quite a bit more Spartan, and we'll average my position down a little bit from that 15-cent range, get it down to, or not 15 cent, but 0.015, get it down to this 0.012 range. If we do break out, I'll definitely buy that breakout and see if we can't get a good trade on Spartan. Not financial advice, of course, just strategies that I think about. All right, guys, that is all I've got. If there's no questions, no charts, or anything you guys want to look at, I will let you go. Can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me. Remember, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, jump on over to Twitter. Give me a follow there. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ping the notification on the YouTube. That way you'll be notified when I go live. Normally I try to go live at 4 o'clock every day, but today's a Sunday. It's a little gloomy outside. Today's actually my birthday, so I've got some plans this afternoon. So decided to go live a little early. I hope that didn't throw anybody off or anything like that. But yeah, for the most part, I try to go live around 4 o'clock every day. Every single day. We'll never miss a beat. Ever, ever, ever. You gotta understand, I come from the news industry. That's really where I cut my teeth, right? So doing this channel for me, I treat this very much like a live newscast. And deadlines are important to me. I'm sure you guys have noticed I have never missed a... Normally when you're watching a YouTube channel and they schedule a show, you can expect them to be 5-10 minutes late every time. Not this channel, guys. Not this channel. If I post a time that we're going live, I will be live at that time on the dot. Deadlines are important. Alright, looks like I don't have anything coming up in the chat. Nothing you guys want to look at. So on that note, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you tomorrow.